Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna. It's great to see you. I am in the kitchen today doing a little bit of dyeing for some orders that have come in, the Hit or Miss Mizzy Mazzy class. And you know, I have a pot of dye that is kind of left over. It's a purple. And you know what I was thinking? I was at Goodwill yesterday and I found, this part is open, I found these guys. These are these loop-de-loop things that you make the pot holders with. Remember this from like growing up? These are the cotton ones. I'm way more fond of the nylon ones, but the cotton ones are great too. I was thinking it might be fun to marry colors together, right? We talk about this a lot. I've done a few videos on marrying, but not lately. And I was thinking, I wonder what color would marry these best. Now, I'm deep into the Halloween book, so I'm thinking about purples and greens and blacks and things like that. Not black for this, but I have a bit of purple left over. I'm tempted to put these in purple. Now, what can I expect if I do that? Well, if I do purple, I'm going to have that strong purple. I'm going to have the purpley blues. Purple and yellow, that's kind of a wild card, isn't it? I'm not exactly sure. Red, purple. The purple and green would make kind of a brown. That would be kind of pretty. I'm thinking about purple versus pumpkin color, because I also have Dharma, this color. Spice pumpkin. This is one of my favorite colors. This is Pro Chem. This isn't Dharma. So I'm thinking about maybe dividing. You know what? Why don't I divide this bag in half and do half of it in the purple? I'm going to soak them in Synthropol first. I'm going to do half of it in purple, and just Synthropol, if you're new to this, is a dyeing agent. It kind of accelerates the fiber's ability to grab and hold the fabric, to accept and absorb the dye, right? So jet dry also works, but I always use Synthropol. I'm going to divide these in half, and I'm going to marry half of them in my purple pot, and I'm going to marry the other half in the orange pot, and we'll see what kind of color combination I end up with. I hope I can use it for the Halloween rug. Worst case scenario, I overdye it like brown and then get more of a unicorn. I was going to say unicorn. Might be a bit of a unicorn color. We'll see what happens. To be continued. So I've got my drying rack set up, and I don't want to drop the phone in the water. I've got them in the Synthropol here. You're noticing that some of these are like this multi, right? Like this tweedy thing. So that's going to be interesting to see how these come out. There's a little, you only need a drop of Synthropol, right? I've got them in this big bucket. You only need a drop. And I'm going to leave them in there for like maybe half an hour. I want them to be super, super, super soaked, but not my phone. So this is my little station. It's a very small one today. I'm only doing a little bit. I've just got like a plastic bag and some paper towels and some gloves. And I just wanted to show, the citric acid and the Synthropol. And the colors that I'm using for the bluish purple one are blue violet. These are both Dharma, and mixed with hot hibiscus. Hot hibiscus is super, super, super bright. It's really mostly blue violet I've got going in here. And it might be, I didn't give it really enough time, but let's see how it goes. It might be that I have to suffer now by adding more and more heat, citric acid, and dye because I didn't let them soak long enough. You know, the Synthropol is not really intended for cotton, and this is 100% cotton jersey. The nylon loops would be a different story, but these might not dye as well. Although, so far, this is kind of fun. I haven't started the orange yet. Wow, this is super fun. I really like these colors. I wonder if the light is too much. Yeah, no, we need that light. Come back. Yeah, it's still daytime here. These colors are great. I'm loving that. And these colors are great. This is the orange. Souping it up, trying to keep the camera away from the steam. Those have only been in there for a second. Look at that. Yummy, yummies. They look like squash. All right, so this is what I've got. I'm incredibly surprised. Oh gosh, is that the squirrel? Wait a minute. Okay, no, I thought it was the strawberry blonde tail. I wanted to show him to you because he's so neat. So this is what I got. It seems like they're two different sized pans. I wonder if you can hear the church bells. They're electronic, but they're so pretty. Sorry, ADHD powerful. So the purples came out like this, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. You see, you know, when I first stuck them in there, it was like, these are never going to shift. The colors are never going to shift because they're so bright, but they really do. Now, here are the oranges, and I'm loving these, I think, even more. they're nice together. I mean, they're great contrasting Van Gogh type colors, right? The bluey purples and the orange browns. I love these. I'm just wondering if maybe I should take a handful of these, they're still hot, and put them in the orange, just a handful. Because now I've married this set of colors, right? They're all the same loops underneath, all the same loops. They're like primary colors with white. Now I've married them, right? Half of them have been married together to make, you know, this pumpkin orange, and the other half have been married together to make the blue violet / hot hibiscus. And I'm just wondering if I should take a handful of these and put them in the leftover pumpkin color, because I feel like I could use something in the middle. Let's try that. Okay, this is a huge yes, please. This is like, honestly, better than I could have imagined. I'm going to grab these pot holder things every chance I get now. I think of them as limited, and I shouldn't. And when I hook with them, I'm going to probably just cut them in half and do one strand, so they'll be like single strips. So let's pan like this. Can you see? Let me put the whole medley together. Medley of greatness here. I'm super happy with this, particularly with the Halloween book coming up. You can see orange, purple, hybrid, right? Blend. You can see that these have more. I just put them in there for a minute, and the pumpkin is a super strong color, but you can see there is a relationship between these blues that I think are really pretty, and a relationship between the mix with the orange, and there's a relationship between these two, and all three are now colored together. So we have got orange, pumpkin, the blue mix, and then the mix of the mix. And honestly, this is my favorite. It reminds me, you know that clothing line Peruvian Connection, how their sweaters are super gorgeous and formidably expensive, as they should be, because they're gorgeous art, but they always have these kinds of crazy color combinations that you think, what color is that? How do they get that color? And this whole pan reminds me of that. Super, super pretty. I am really excited. Now I've just got to choose which one of my Halloween compositions I'm going to use to make these, to use these with. I'm distracted and excited. It's super fun when things work out. This worked out great. I can't wait to post this video. I hope that you enjoy it, because you do see these things at thrift stores all the time, and they are cheap. And I mean, I think these were like maybe $4 for this huge bag. And look at all it made. It's crazy. I'm excited. Maybe too excited. I will see you next time at Ribbon Candy Hooking.